Hey, hey, and welcome to Tennessee Football Breakdown with Billy Ratliff. I'm Starla, as always, and we're going to talk briefly about this UConn game, but I think the majority of today is going to be focused on the upcoming game. Um, UConn, we beat the snot out of them. Yay, on We Back Pat Week, so even more fitting. From what I understand, they were running their mouths a little bit there at the beginning and some little kind of a cold handshake at the end. But we took care of business. Um, we can talk about the starters if you want to, or we can talk about the new guys, whichever you want to start with.
Well, I could do quick on the game on UConn. I mean, it is what it was. It was homecoming. It was supposed to be stat week, and we made a good stat week out of it. Everybody got to play. I think my old jersey got to play. I mean, everybody was playing out there. We got the chance to see the quarterbacks come in and see, what the difference was. I mean, I didn't see any difference. I saw three quarterbacks that came in ready to play if they get the chance.
Yeah.
Nico, he looked a little rusty, like a first grader, like the baby giraffe.
Yeah.
When he took off and kind of lost his footing, and that was just excitement. That's all that was.
Mm-hmm.
And gosh, hey, Shula,
Yeah.
oh my. And I say, oh, chip off the old block. He looked really good. He actually looked like he was the starter.
Yeah.
He looked polished as if he's been out there before, been playing with these guys. But that just shows that the quarterback coaches, they're doing a good job with these kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about Joe. I'm not worried about Nico. I'm not worried about any of those guys. The part of the whole offense I'm worried about is the offensive line. Once we get that piece there finished and polished and ready to go, I think the sky's the limit.
Mm-hmm.
We have three quarterbacks. I mean, probably four. It's just whoever has the opportunity, I think, is going to shine regardless who it is. Because
Mm-hmm.
I truly think that we're recruiting kids that are ready to play right away. Defense. Oh, my. We didn't even need the offense to win the game.
Yeah.
The defense scored. I mean, we was like, are we gonna see any more offense today, this second half? They made me feel good. They did what they were supposed to do, you know. Even with all the trash talking, and I love that coach. They always try to make it seem like my kids would never do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they got an old dose of their own medicine. You talk like that, you got to be able to back it up, and they didn't. We did.
That's 2 weeks in a row that the team we're playing against, has talked some trash and they've got it, shoved down their throat. Um, I didn't watch the game as it was happening. I was at a state cheer competition and had my AirPods in, so I was listening, but I got to watch it the next day. But we were in between. I think I was waiting on the girls to go out. The second half had started. And I mean, we had already scored. It was like our offense out there. I think we scored in what, 8 seconds or something, but with the defense. So that was
Uh,
pretty awesome. Jalen Wright got his numbers playing. How long did he play? Maybe two. Did he play in the second half? I don't know if he even played. 113 yards. Joe, same numbers as we always get, but this is how it's supposed to be in these games. He's supposed to get these numbers in the first half, rest the second half. So I was glad to see that happen. And I personally, Nico did. He looks like a freshman. But man, he looks good too. I think that the future is bright. We're in good hands. I'm excited about it. Are there any other youngsters that really jumped out at you?
no, not really. I think everybody just it was just too many to even name. They
Mhm.
came in and just did what they were supposed to. I can't even think of any of the younger guys that really stepped up. There was nothing that just like say, hey, that's the next guy.
Mhm.
I didn't see that, but they all collectively as a team did a good job.
Yeah. Well, luckily, we've talked about Pierce a lot, and I think he will be,
Oh yeah,
the
most
guy
definitely.
for the next
Yes.
couple of years. So, I wanted to talk about one thing, get your opinion on it. There's this big to do on social media. Jimmy Himes talked about it. He addressed it and everything about how our offensive line, we usually have an injury. on the extra point. Um, Personally, I don't think it's a big deal. We're not messing with the other team's momentum. We're not really delaying the game. I mean, it's a change of possession anyways, so the game's already kind of, stopped. How do you feel about it? Are you mad about these fake injuries? And I think we all know they're fake injuries. I think that's, what they do.
So I'm old school when it comes to injuries. There's two things about, I was always taught about that situation. You're either injured or hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You're injured, get your ass up off the field. You got 2 feet, run off the field, get treated on the sideline. You're hurt, take your time.
Mm-hmm.
Let them come get you. Let them help you, support you, get off the field. Now, if you're truly faking an injury, yeah, I mean, it's not right. But I'm just gonna say this here. It's amazing that they see us do it, and now all of a sudden, Jimmy wants to talk about it. But they yet to say anything about the other times. They just talk about us. They get mad at the fans before them getting mad at the situations.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one time I will say I truly felt and loved the fans when they truly stepped up and was that who was it? Ole Miss when
Mm-hmm.
Kiffin came and they did all that stuff. That's the one time I truly love the fact that the fans were truly mad, and they deserve to. But that was unwarranted, man. They don't. That's not even a. It shouldn't even been a topic talking about. Your
Mm-hmm.
team won the game. It's over with. Why are you even talking about that? The fact that you bring up the most negative part of the game, and instead of talking about what happened, all the good things, you found the one thing of this whole game that you can find negative about. And that's when I say those are not true Vol fans. There's not I don't care. He writes for Tennessee, but I truly don't think they're truly Vol people. I understand that you don't want to be biased all the time when you're writing, but come on, man. But yes, I'm against it if there are faking injuries or anything like that. There's no need for that in the game. I understand. No, I get it if it was like a heck, we ain't got no timeouts. We maybe got one time on. This is a crucial situation, and we got to think fast.
Mm-hmm.
Faking, I mean, that's different. But now, if you're doing it just to do, I don't think the kid faked injury. I mean, what was it? I think it was like on the goal line or something, or extra point or I
His
forgot what
extra
it was.
point, yeah.
That was not even a situation that would even change any course of the game.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was a fake injury at all. I just think, I think the guy was actually hurt or injured or whatever. I truly don't think he was faking. It's
Mm-hmm.
just why they do us like that all the time. Like it's always negative with anything that the Vols do. They can't do anything positive, even when they're winning.
That's
I couldn't
true.
imagine if we was undefeated right now.
Oh yeah, it'd be bad.
I couldn't imagine
Yeah.
what they're saying. They probably say, "Oh, they got lucky." Well,
Yeah.
we'll take the luck. A win is a win. 1 point or 100 points.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wish Tennessee everything would just get on board. Stop wishing and hoping and thinking that there's a chance we can win. Like, stay positive with these things. I mean, come on. We are having a good season based off with the talent we have. No one thought we'd be here right now.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
imagined to be undefeated or lost one game right now, but no one thought we'd be here. I did. I still think we're gonna win out. I
Okay.
truly do.
Yeah. Before we go any further, I love your shirt. And I know that there's going to be people that are listening and not watching, but that's a cool shirt and hat. I have
It's,
my Lady Vols shirt on. We're fixing to play here in a few. So,
Told you I'm old school. I like the oval letter when when I was recruited. This how it was when I first got to Tennessee. I wish they would just bring this one back. I love the old star.
well, I hate to tell you this, but that's considered vintage now. We're vintage,
I take it.
aka old. All right, let's move on and talk about this Missouri game. Um, they are averaging 32 points a game. I think that's about what we are. Um, let's see. I know that we're a better rushing team. They're probably have an advantage on passing. I think Brady Cooks really came on. How long? I know he was a starter last year, right? Has he been a starter for 3 years or just two?
I think it's two.
Two. I mean, I think I watched them play a few times. And they look pretty good. We're a 1.5 point favorite. So what are you expecting to see this week?
I'm expecting to see a dogfight. I'm expecting us to come out and really, really fight for our lives this game. I think this is not going to be a your typical game you're going to see from our Vols. I actually think we're going to see a big fight. This is going to be one of those situations where we probably have to dig down deep and actually come back and win this ball game. Um, but I truly think that we will win the ball game, but I think it'll be close if we go out and execute the way I think we can. Now, if we go out there and let the referees dictate this game, it's going to be tougher for us to win. Um, Offensively, I don't think they are defensive enough to sound enough to slow us down.
Mhm.
Um, we already know the offense they run because they run the exact same thing that we run. Um, Now, the play calling they do is a little bit more aggressive. They like to go deep. They like to score fast, just like us. But I truly think that we're conditioned enough to handle that. If our D line, and I'm going to say it again, if the defensive tackles that we have play up to the standard that I think and know they can, this will be a blowout.
Okay. Some people I've seen, talking on social media, kind of saying how we've definitely not taken our foot off the pedal the last couple times we've played them and how it's going to come back to haunt us. I don't see them having anything like the game that we've had towards the end. I mean, they're not going to blow us out. So, um, how is their defense? Do they have a pretty good defense?
They have an average defense. They're not as they have a lot of penalties. They do some the things that are not traditional, like they jump off sides a lot. So hopefully they haven't fixed that yet, and hopefully we can change our snap count to help that. Now they do have some guys that can get after the quarterback. They do. Um, the DBs, they have a lot of DBs. I mean, they have to based off the offense that they played all season, and they're going to see some things that they haven't seen before. Our offense have yet to really get their true groove yet, and I think we've finally found it with our passing game because now you notice that even though we played UConn, we looked really good passing the ball this past week. We
Mm-hmm.
didn't do anything we didn't try to like overdo anything, and I think we can create a lot of things to make them make mistakes. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what we're going to have to do this weekend. As you saw last week, we finally got receivers to actually get off the line of scrimmage and see the separation that we saw last year.
Mm-hmm.
And if people don't realize that that is an issue that we've had all season, is the reason why we don't look like we did last year is because our receivers were getting jammed on the line of scrimmage. Now you see them last week, they're wide open. No one can find where these guys were. They were lost because they're not getting jammed.
Mm-hmm. Do they have a particularly good rush defense, Missouri?
They do. They slow the ball down a little bit. They stop the run a little bit, but I don't think they'll be able to slow us down. I
Yeah.
don't. I mean, because if they end up putting 7, 8 in the box, they're in trouble because now we can change the play, go deep. I truly think Joe will have a great game this weekend. I just
Good.
thought it's not a shootout. I truly hope it's not. I
Yeah.
hope, like I said, if our defensive tackles can push the pocket, I think this is going to be a blowout.
I think that it's going to be very important that we don't kick field goals like we did against Kentucky. That
Yes,
might be a
you're
long
right.
night.
You're right about that. I hope this is one of those situations where Coach Foreman used to always tell us, we don't want no All-American kickers.
Right. Yeah. Um, you didn't play? Did you play in Missouri at their stadium?
No,
Yeah. I don't
they
think it's particularly big, is it?
no, it's not. It's going to be similar to what Kentucky has. It's not as big. It's not one of those loud stadiums. So
Okay.
it's not going to be like, the crowd can take us out of the game. No.
Okay. Um, I think we're supposed to have good weather. I saw that for the Georgia Ole Miss game, it's just supposed to be rainy and nasty down there. So
Oh,
hopefully we get. I mean, I hate cheering for the Rebels, but even though I've never been that mad at any coach before as I was when Lane Kiffin left.
oh
You can't
gosh.
help but to like the guy. I mean,
Uh,
he's funny and all that stuff.
he
But
is. He is. He is. He knows he did wrong. If he can do it all over again, he'll tell you he would have stuck it out.
I
Uh,
think so.
I'm like, how do you leave a program that was, it was just wounded, and all you had to do is just put the band-aid on it and keep it going.
Oh yeah,
To go to a dumpster fire, there's a reason Pete was leaving.
yeah,
He didn't just leave because he wanted to go coach pro. No,
yeah,
Pete knew what was about to happen.
yeah. Well, um, do you have anything else to talk about with the Missouri? I feel
No,
like this has been so
I,
fast, but you and
I
I are both
think
wanting to
that's it.
watch the Lady Vols, so
I am ready to watch the ladies too because I haven't got a chance to really watch them. I want to actually see them to see what they, especially with a good team they're playing tonight. So
oh yeah,
I hope they can traditionally whoop their tails, and I'm just glad we ended up playing the USA team. I mean, I'm glad we got beat, and they understand how to play ball now.
yeah.
So
Well, I
hope,
went to the first game against Florida A&M. So happy to see Bridget Gordon get a head coaching job. I'll tell you what, I watched her press conference when she got announced, and I was ready to run through a brick wall for that woman. Like I can't imagine what her players are feeling like. She's got some passion. I mean, that's going to be a very, very good team in this walk. So
yeah, most definitely. I mean,
yeah.
she's always been a good person though. She's doing a good job out there, I think.
Yeah, for sure. The men they play Wisconsin tomorrow night, so
I,
we've got
I, I,
a big vol week. So I'm excited. I'm just gonna take it all in as much as possible. So
hey, feels like '98, baby.
yeah. All right, Billy. Well, I guess like I said, it's been super probably our shortest one so far, but we'll hop off so we can watch these Lady Vols hopefully get a win.
All right, hey, thanks for having me on again, Starla.
All
Go.
righty. Go Vols.